BJP-led NDA government completes 3 years in office today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate the country's longest bridge over Brahmaputra River for the people of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh on this historic day. Proximity to China makes the bridge strategically significant. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lay foundation stone for a new AIMS and Indian Agricultural Research Centre in Assam today. Expected to give 3 years account of his government at a rally marking 1 year of BJP government in Assam. BJP's MODI or Making of Developed India festival also begins today to showcase government's achievements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a tweet said that his government is committed to serving the Northeast region and enhancing its progress. Prime Minister Modi also congratulated Assam Chief Minister Sarvananda Sonowal for completing 1 year in office and for undertaking remarkable development initiatives in Assam. Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jagannath arrived in New Delhi today on a 3-day visit. He will be accorded ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan tomorrow. Later in the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold delegation-level talks with his Mauritian counterpart. Some agreements are expected to be exchanged after the meeting. The centre has sought a report from the Uttar Pradesh government over Saharanpur violence incidents. Official sources said the Home Ministry has asked the state government to send details of the incidents which occurred between two groups leading to death of a person and injuries to several others. The Supreme Court has refused to grant an urgent hearing on a plea seeking to conduct afresh the National Eligibility cum Entrance Test examination for admission to MBBS and BDS courses for the current academic year. Delivering the Ramnath Goenka lecture in New Delhi, President Pranab Mukherjee said discussion and dissension in the public debate are important in a democracy and there should always be room for the argumentative Indian, not intolerant Indian. He said the spirit of tolerance is what defines people as Indians. He said India's civilization believes in pluralism, social, cultural and linguistic diversity. Today is the last day for interested political parties to apply to participate in the Election Commission's challenge to try and tamper with the electronic voting machines. Earlier, the Commission had announced that the challenge to hack and tamper with the EVMs would take place on June 3rd, and the 7 recognized national and 49 state parties can apply by May 26th 5 p.m. to participate in the challenge. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's radio program Mann Ki Baat will now be available in a book. President Pranab Mukherjee will receive the first copies of books Mann Ki Baat, A Social Revolution on Radio from Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, who will formally release it at a function to be held at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Urban Development and Housing Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu will review the progress of the new urban missions launched during the last 3 years in Chhattisgarh in a high-level meeting in Raipur today. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Raman Singh, concerned state ministers, senior officials from central and state governments will participate in this meeting. US President Donald Trump launched an extraordinary broadside at NATO allies for failing to pay their fair share of the defense bill. Trump used the highest possible profile platform on his first NATO summit in Brussels to accuse the alliance of owing massive amounts of money. US-led coalition airstrikes killed at least 35 civilians in an eastern Syrian town held by the Islamic State group. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the strikes hit a series of residential buildings in Mayadeen, a town in eastern province of Deir ez-Zor. US President Donald Trump's revised travel ban speaks with vague words of national security, but in context drifts with religious intolerance, animus and discrimination. A federal appeals court has a ruling against the executive order targeting 6 Muslim-majority countries. A group of 91 prisoners escaped a jail in northeastern Brazil by fleeing through a 30-meter tunnel. Brazilian media said 9 of the inmates have been found, while police are attempting to catch the remaining 82 persons who disappeared from the prison in the state of Rio Grande do Norte. Brazil's prisons are at 167% of capacity. India take on 10-time champions China in the quarterfinal of Sudirman Cup Mixed Team Badminton Championship in Australia today. This is only the second time that India managed to reach the knockout stage, following their quarterfinal loss at the 2011 edition against China. Japan will face Malaysia in the other quarterfinal.